If you're ready to explore the enchanting world of Disney through the lens of finance and investments, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and join us on this magical journey. Disney's ABC staff are reportedly concerned about the sale of ABC, according to CNN, conducted some research and spoke to some staffers, and it appears that ABC News employees, in particular, are worried about ABC's future, as they believe it may be sold, potentially resulting in job losses for many. Let's discuss this story. According to a report from CNN Business, ABC News staff is anxious about the rumors of Disney selling ABC. Bob Iger has previously been quite clear that he hopes to sell ABC and its cable channels. But as he has started openly discussing it, there may already be ongoing discussions, and some employees may be genuinely concerned about it. Disney's newsroom was shocked after a report suggested that ABC might soon be removed from the Magic Kingdom. Bloomberg's Christopher Palmieri and Thomas Buckley reported that Disney has explored the possibility of selling ABC to the Nexstar Media Group. There are also reports that media mogul Byron Allen has discussed the potential sale of ABC with Disney. It is believed that Disney has talked to at least 10 different entities about the purchase of ABC and its cable channels, as they want to understand ABC's market value, which is not currently clear, especially as the stock market experiences fluctuations. CNN spoke to numerous individuals inside and around ABC News, and there is an atmosphere of fear. People are on edge, and one ABC News staff member has expressed concerns about their job security and the situation within the network. This is the topic of conversation at work, and others are wondering what a new corporate owner might mean for them. Will a new owner bring in their own leadership? Yes, they often do. Will they cut costs? They almost always do. Will they bring about other changes? Yes, they often do. Sometimes it's better when a company is acquired, and sometimes it's not. But often, because things have been a certain way for so long, because the company doesn't want to quickly disrupt its operations and people, they often keep what they have based on precedent and to avoid changing too quickly. However, when a new owner comes in, they often adopt a zero-based budgeting approach, which means they start from scratch and ask themselves why they have what they have now. Why they have what they have now. And then they go back and figure out how they are going to organize and structure it. And if they see that many things are not fitting, they get rid of them. Nexstar owns NewsNation, a small cable news channel that supports both sides-ism. In CNN's case, it's a one-sidedness, and they don't allow any other side of the story to be presented almost on every single story. That wasn't the case before. NewsNation is a cable channel where Chris Cuomo has a show that runs from Monday to Friday, and they work like Chris Cuomo, to some extent, in his other shows. Will Nexstar bring about more support and investment in their cable news operation with ABC News? No, probably not, because nobody really wanted ABC News that much. There are many cable channels for news, and the next part will see if it's an opportunity for them to create their NewsNation channel and incorporate many ABC stories into it. When your company is being discussed for potential sale, people watch my videos and comment, saying whether they work for the company being discussed. But when you work for a company that is talking about laying off people, making significant changes, pleasing investors, or selling the company, the situation becomes very unstable, and it's better to look for other opportunities as soon as possible, if possible. CNN sources believe that Disney's separation from ABC may have become inevitable after Bob Iger openly acknowledged earlier this year that television assets may not be a core part of the company anymore. They were concerned that the sale might be progressing faster than anticipated. Disney's plan, according to Bob Iger, is to remain with them until 2026, but Disney needs cash. They have several $billion in cash, and if they spend their available cash, which they can't fully spend, they will need more to operate. But if they do, their debt will increase to nearly $50 billion, because their current debt is almost $50 billion. Deducting cash on hand and calculating net debt is a worst-case scenario for them, and this could be a concern for investors in Disney. If they are already concerned, spending their cash and accumulating debt is even riskier. Hence, they need to sell some assets to gather cash, especially to fulfill their obligations regarding Hulu, as Disney has to pay a third of Hulu's payment to Nexstar Media Group under their Comcast contract, which they don't currently have on hand. ABC News suggests that frustration is growing within ABC News because instead of hearing directly from Disney leadership about the future of their company, they are reading about it in the press. Bob Iger had clearly stated recently that ABC and its other linear channels may not necessarily be core to the company, and they are exploring all options for these divisions. They could literally put a for sale sign on ABC's front lawn, but it can't get more obvious than this. CNN has learned that in understanding ABC News division's frustration, Disney plans to visit its ABC News troops in New York City next week, although for obvious reasons, what they can say about the company's future remains to be seen. Whether a deal to sell ABC and Disney's linear stations could actually happen remains to be seen. A deal with Nexstar, who could potentially buy ABC, may come with some regulatory complications, which could involve divesting some stations. It means that the U.S. government does not permit any company to own or control more than one TV station in a given market. So if Disney has too many TV stations with Nexstar, they may have to sell some of them. A potential deal could also impact ESPN and its simultaneous broadcast of sporting events on terrestrial networks. However, this is not a significant concern because ESPN can easily license content regardless of how many stations they have. These contracts are technically restrictive, but people expect companies to agree on this because people want revenue and distribution. There will be no hindrance in selling it. Furthermore, clients who spoke to Bloomberg about the situation described the talks as preliminary. Iger also spoke about the importance of ABC News, saying, "I'm very passionate about news." He told the company's senior leaders recently in Sun Valley in July, "It's important to the company, and we need to understand how it transitions into streaming. And I'm committed to it. It's really important, and it's a lot of fun." He started working with ABC and Reel when they acquired ABC when Michael Eisner was CEO, but it seems like if he gets a good deal, he'll sell ABC in a second. Disney has not made any final decisions about any deal on Thursday evening, but the statement issued by the media giant once again affirmed that they are open to considering various strategic options for their linear businesses. According to a television executive, when Iger was the crown's jewel, his anchors were used for board meetings and glamorous dinners in New York City, but now he is on the chopping block. However, the executive also said that Iger is extraordinary and cold-blooded. He will do what is best and necessary for Disney. He will not hesitate to cut off high-paid anchors, beloved networks, or sell the crown's jewels. The ongoing situation with Nexstar, a company that can potentially buy ABC, raises concerns. Nexstar's shares rose by 5.5% to $157.85, while Disney's shares rose by 1.2% to $84.48. Tom Carter, Nexstar's former president and now an advisor to its CEO and board investors, said at a Bank of America Securities conference that the company is interested in acquiring assets from companies like ABC, which are restructuring their businesses. Nexstar could acquire ABC outlets, perhaps through some divestitures, in order to stay within the broadcast station ownership limits. He mentioned that Nexstar, which is the largest owner and operator of local broadcast stations, wants guidance and clarity from Disney on what they want to do. He said, "We can take direction, but we're not necessarily out there leaning into any of this stuff without a clear path." Nexstar, based in Irving, Texas, operates approximately 200 owned or partnered TV stations in 116 markets, some of which are affiliated with Fox, NBC, and CBS. Owners of these networks can object to Nexstar buying ABC and its stations because federal regulators generally challenge mergers. Earlier this year, the would-be buyer of TV station owner Tegna Incorporated dropped its bid due to delays from the Federal Communications Commission. Rob Funn, Chief Content Officer for DirecTV, a satellite TV provider, said in an email statement, "As Nexstar is already the largest owner and operator of local broadcast stations, we do not see how it can lawfully purchase the full suite of ABC stations given they already at the national ownership cap. However, deals might still be possible. Both companies are in a contract renewal fight currently, which has led to a blackout of Nexstar stations on DirecTV systems. Nexstar had previously acquired the majority ownership of the CW network from Warner Bros. Discovery and Paramount Global last year. ABC and the company's 8 TV stations could fetch about $4 billion, which is roughly 7 times earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Byron Allen has offered $10 billion for ABC and Disney's other networks. Disney has stated that they have not made any decisions about selling these properties, but this media mogul has previously made unsuccessful offers for other assets, which doesn't mean that he will succeed just by offering $10 billion. However, this has staff worried because Byron Allen has offered a $10 billion bid to purchase ABC TV network, local stations, FX, and National Geographic cable channels. This information comes from a source. The offer is verbal and subject to change. The source did not identify themselves, but Allen is basing his offer on the fact that these properties generated about $1.25 billion in profit in the last 12 months before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization. If this number decreases or increases, Allen can modify his offer. Allen is considering teaming up with banks and private equity firms for the acquisition, according to the source. He already owns local TV stations unrelated to ABC, so there would be no conflicts with other networks like CBS and NBC. This is in contrast to Nexstar, which is associated with many broadcast networks, making it easier for Allen to buy from Nexstar. It seems like someone needs to buy something, and one reason is that people understand that when banks, private equity groups, and financiers come in to help buy something, they are always very strict about making a profit. The result is often layoffs and consolidation. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to press the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. See you in the next video. Thank you.